Hello everybody! I'm so excited to paint with you guys again. Today we are going to be painting something that's all spring, happy, and no snow. So we are going to be painting flowers, spring flowers. Alright, so this is going to be nice and easy. We're going to have a very simple palette. We're going to have white, blue, red, yellow, and green. So with your flowers, you can have pink flowers, you can have red flowers, you can have purple flowers. That's when we do red and blue together with a little bit of white. All right, so we're gonna go nice and easy. So the very first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure we have our water, we have our paper towel, and we have some brushes. Now I'm gonna use, you can have anything on the bigger size of your brushes to do the background, okay? So whatever you feel nice and comfy with. And then you could use a medium-sized brush like this, or a smaller brush like this for when we do our grass and our flowers. So whatever brush you got handy, we're gonna work it. All right, so the very first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get our brush a little damp. We're gonna dip it in water, we're gonna tap it off onto our paper towel. We're just gonna give it a little tap. And we're gonna go white and blue, and we're gonna grab a bit more of my white. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right in the center. We're gonna make a little circle. Make a bigger circle. Round and round she goes. Grab a little bit more of my blue and bring it right on in. So this is nice and easy. If you want to do a little loop instead, you can. I'm just going to go right on out to the edges of my canvas. Right on out. So whatever way you want to put your paint on, you want to be swirly, if you want to be straight, if you want to go around in a U, we're going to get right out to those sides. I'm going to go right down into my bottom. Even though this is going to be grass, we're going to give it a nice dark start to our base. All right, so it is blue. Now, if I want to make it light blue, all I have to do is use my, ta-da, white. So you go right in the center, you can make the little swirlies again. You're kind of working your way on out. I like little swirlies, they feel nice. It's a nice little motion. Now, if you're a swiper, you could swipe it on out. All right, so this is going to be the base of our painting. So all I want to do now is we're just going to have a couple minutes drying time, okay? So I'll see you back here in just a couple minutes. So take a little break, just let this dry on up, and we're going to be right back. All right, guys, so with the magic of video, we are back and she is dry. So if yours isn't dry, just wait a few more minutes, pause the video, and come back when you're ready. So I'm gonna clean off my brush. I've got this Ucky water. I'm just gonna dance it in my water. Now, remember the different brushes I told you about? You can use any of these brushes, whatever you feel comfortable with. You want something small, something bigger. Let's see if I got one. Maybe about this size. Any of these brushes will do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our grass darker underneath, just like a real shadow. So what I would like to do, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take blue and green. And what this does, the blue and green, it makes it just a little bit, it makes it a little bit darker in your color. Actually makes it blue-green. And we want to go right on the bottom. I'm just making my swipes. Making my swipes. We'll have some lighter colors over the top. Okay, so we have, this is our ground. This is underneath the ground. And I'm going to take that still, that blue-green, right? And now I'm going to take the skinny part of the brush and I'm just flicking. I'm going to have them nice and tall on my sides. And I'm just giving a little flick. So over here, same thing. We're just flicking it in towards that center. We're going to right through that center. Now you can have big grass, you can have smaller grass. If you go just straight with this kind of brush, give a little flick, it gives you actual like very soft little grass. If you're gentle, you get smaller grass. And if you're heavier with your hand, it just gives you a thicker grass, like crabgrass. So all of them are correct. I'll have a couple more just shooting on in. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the brush. Now I can dance in my water, or I could just use my paper towel and give a little wipe down. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure it's nice and dry. Give a little pat. So our next layer can be green and yellow. This gives you yellow-green. And this is nice and bright and happy. Now, if your painting is super wet, you can go ahead and pause right now, let it dry or use a hair dryer, and then you can come right back to it. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go on in, and I'm gonna go ahead and give a couple of pulls. Now, if I want it to be brighter, I can dry it down, and it will give you a brighter green. Now you could also go in with white and green and it gives you a different light green. And I'll show you what that one looks like too. So even with a small palette of colors, you can have so many choices. That's the cool part. I'm just gonna go ahead and make some grass. So see how we have the grass underneath? Remember that darker grass, that blue-green grass? That's our underneath grass. And what we're doing is we're building the brighter grass that would be on the top. Super fun. Hopefully we're gonna have grass soon. I am done with snow. All right, so once you are done with your grass, this is once again where we get the magic of a video. So you would pause it, let it dry up, or use something to help dry it. And we're gonna come right on back. Sometimes if you take the canvas and you do one of these, just give it a little fan down, it helps. All right, so I'll see you back once we are dry. All right, guys, welcome back. All right, so your grass should be dry because our next job will be to be painting our flowers. Now, you can have any color basically in the rainbow on your flowers. If you want white flowers, if you want yellow flowers, you go yellow and your white. It just helps it make it look a little bit more yellow. If you want red flowers, or one of my favorites is pink, white and red. Now remember what we said in the beginning, how do you make purple? Red, blue, and you're gonna go a little bit of your white and it makes a pretty lavender. Or you could go light blue, white and blue. You're gonna go with a color that makes you happy. All right, so your brush size will be one of the smaller or medium. I'm gonna show you with both. I'm gonna show you a couple different flowers, okay? So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go with my pink because you know what? I just love pink. So that would be white and red. I'm gonna make a little spot and give myself a little twirly area for that color. And all I wanna do, I could go this way. Okay? And so what's gonna happen afterwards is that we're gonna make a little top. So I'll make this on the orange side, which is red and yellow. Or you could do white. And here is gonna be my little top. Okay? So that is one of your flowers. So another kind of flower that you can make, and I'll use the same brush as I've been using. I can go with my pink. We don't have to match that color. Push, 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 and push. And now you have a pretty little open flower. And we're not gonna worry about those centers. All right, so we're gonna do this now. So that was with that little bit of smaller brush, the round brush. Now if I go, this is like an angle brush, you could use a straight one. It's just a little bit bigger, it's a little medium size. And I will do this one also in my pink, so I can show you the exact, how it's very, very, very similar. So I'll do this flower with this one. So push, 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 push. See how it gives you more of, maybe like a little bit of, more of like a squared off kind of finish. Now you can do 5 if you want. You can have 5 petals. There's like anywhere from 3 to 5. Just count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so I'll show you with this same brush, this one. So I'm gonna go and have that mixed area. And once again, all I wanna do, here, 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 and here. And then for the tops, you could have white. So I'll do white with my yellow and orange too. Might as well. And I'm just making a little top. Easy peasy. So I can make these little flowers pretty much everywhere. You can go on up just like that. You can go from the top on down. Easy peasy. And what I like, see how this one looks like the flowers maybe a little raggedy at the end. They're not quite as round. If you go this way, if you go on up, it gives you more of a rounded flower. So you remember what we did with the tops of these guys? We made a little orange. So if you have orange already, you can do that. But we're gonna go yellow, red, and a touch of my white. Okay, and then I can go right up. We're just gonna make the little bulb on the top. All right, so you can make as many of these little happy guys as you want. Now I'll show you the flowers one more time down here. So if you push, push down, push down, push down, push down, you have a perfect little flower. All right, let's try this again. Push down, push down, push down, and push down. Now, how about if you want some little baby flowers? So like, there's a flower called baby's breath, and it's just these little tiny white. I'm just gonna go ahead and give a couple of taps. You can have a mixture of flowers in there. No one said you couldn't. These are just little baby taps. So if you want them pink, blue, light blue, white, whatever color you wish. Now for these centers right here, I'm gonna clean off my brush just so I don't get myself. I'm gonna wipe her on down. Now if I go in and I make, so say I'll go with my blue. just with the back side of my brush. And I can go through and I can give a couple little taps. And I can make my center. I'm just tapping it on out. Yay, I almost forgot one over here. So just tapping with the back side of the brush. Now you can make that any color you wish. You could do white in there. If you want to do white, you're going to do the same thing. Just go in, give a little tap. Now if you have black and you want to do black centers, you could do that. Now one of the last things I can do is if you want something in this center, okay? So say you want a moon. All right, I'm gonna clean off my brush. Okay, clean off this guy. Clean her off, wipe her down. Now, the color I'm gonna use is just white. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna make a little circle up here. Now, if you want to make a bigger circle, just make sure you're not in your flowers. I'll make these little circles feel nice today. Okay, so you would keep it just like this. You could have it without the moon. You could also do one of these. We're making like a little spiral coming out. I just don't want to hit my flowers. All right, so this is your own creation. And I think that's the coolest part about painting. You get to create what you see, what you feel every day. Everybody feels and sees something just a little bit different. All right, so I want you to think really hard, and we need to think spring and happy. And I will see you live in person the next time on our call, just like we did before. So that'll be so exciting. So I hope you guys have a very good one. We're going to be painting something Easter, and it's going to be so much fun. All right. Thank you guys so much. I have missed you all so much. Can't wait to paint with you again. And I hope you have fun creating a little bit of spring and happy.